pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alrighty, good morning. Winter for a while. First thing we need to do is approve the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Been moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. A note, did text me, it's me, let me know you couldn't come. Discussion, or I'm sorry, public comments. Have you? Public comments.
I'm a public, yeah.
Got any comments?
Hearing complaints about the union members or the secondary road department is they're trying to cut benefits.
Who is? Oh, they're trying to cut, we're trying to cut to them? Okay.
Yeah. Like their PT or their pipers.
It's a state mandated,
That's what I
Percentage.
too.
what was the PT? I don't know what that is.
PTO.
Oh, PTO.
And that's the concern, I think, so.
PTO, looking at switching from vacation and sick pay to PTO. Pay time. One bank.
Time off then.
What's that?
No, not cutting them off. But changing some of the sick days to PTO days. Some people, in personal experience, they take sick days in order to go on vacation rather than PTO, so just make it all PTO. And then didn't we talk about potentially changing the coverage of sick to a short-term disability and then long-term?
Yeah.
Offer short-term work and maybe a long-term.
Which would, in the long term, or it would benefit the employee because the short term continues. If it goes to long term, the long term continues, whereas their sick days run out, they're done.
Like if you need surgery or something like that, so that's, we're trying to just think of ways that would help employees, even though it's like, oh, we've always done it this way, but if it's an actual, I want Paul to put together examples so people can actually see like, this is what it is today, this is what it looked like in this few scenarios or something. I know Michelle's working on that as well.
That was just a secondary road department or
That'd be great.
I mean, the union negotiations will be for the secondary roads. We're talking about just like the handbook and kind of the policies and things from, non-union kind of a standpoint.
And then the negotiations would go down.
Would for that, yeah.
No, that's another issue.
Mhm.
It's just something that was presented to us as an option that would save us money, but also give the employees better long-range coverage if they're sick.
Okay, we'll move on. Discuss and approve 11:24, 25 minutes and 11:25, 25 special meeting minutes.
So moved.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Discussion and possible action on tax abatement for Roger Bradley. I've received an email. You guys received the same email?
Yep.
Amanda, he's not here in person. Amanda's recommendation was that we would not grant the tax abatement. She's working with him. Evidently, he has paid the first part of that now. First part of the tax. So, any thoughts from anybody
What was that?
on the
Refresh my
recommendation?
memory. What was the reason why he wanted it?
So I think that he bought, due to the purchase price and what the date was, or not purchase price, the purchase date of the house, and then when he got it into his name, and then when people pay taxes in their arrears, they got that back. He applied for a exemption, 100% military exemption, I think. And I think he got it, but he has to pay for that first year because it came in after the exemptions or the application was due. And so they charged him for the 1 year of taxes. He's now paid the first half of that, and I think, you know, Amanda thinks that the bank is working with him to pay the rest of it. So that's the
So
story.
in the end, he would not pay any taxes because of a military exemption.
From what I understand, is that correct? Yeah.
That's what I understand.
That's the future. I think there's just this initial amount.
And the concern would be that, well, if there's more people out there with military exemptions, potential, or.
No, just people that don't file by, their exemption by the date that would open up. We could always change our rules a bit too, but if you just give an exception, that opens up the door for others.
And is he disabled? Is that the reason why? Cause I'm retired military, I don't get that. I'm just asking because if he's a disabled, that I have no problem for it, but I don't know what the actual reason behind it is.
I don't know.
Sure.
I just know that he has an approved exemption. But it was filed too late to get it for this last year. He will get the,
The zero from now.
Yeah.
And it sounds like by her email that it looks like he's working with Veterans United and that it looks like it hopefully should get paid. So, give it a week or two here. Let's see if it gets paid and
Do you want to bring it back?
Yeah. Because like I said, I would think of this way, if he's got 100% exemption now, moving forward, why would we not honor back? It's just because he missed the date. I mean, my understanding from the email was he was having trouble coming up to the money.
Mhm.
And I'm just rationalizing if he's got 100% exemption from now till, I don't know why we wouldn't.
And did he have it before or did
Right.
he, did he just move to a different house or was it from a different county? I mean, we don't know the full.
I agree with your motion to move it to next Monday, so I'll second that.
Get more information.
Yeah.
Motion to postpone till next week.
Yeah.
All right.
Guess that was the motion.
And then,
I seconded it.
all those in favor say aye.
All right.
Those motion carries. Amanda wasn't on, was she? She's not on.
No.
Okay.
Where's this sheet? Where's the H for?
Okay.
Started.
Now, Ben,
Well, as you can see in my notes, I didn't know where things would quite go, cause
Mhm.
I had to send these on Tuesdays, so. PCI Bridge on S Avenue, that was opened on Wednesday. So that is now, rocks before the snow and that is now open. And then, Manats, E66, that is now open. The pavement markings for the center line, were finished. It was Monday, Tuesday, but the edge line, done.
They're done.
They're done? Okay, I knew they came in Friday, I think it was Friday to finish it up.
They got them done.
Yep, so they got,
That was good timing.
The thing on that is, I mean, like, when they shouldered that,
yeah,
they did a terrible job.
yeah,
I mean, it looked like they were just in a hurry to get out of there.
yeah,
When you come out to the shoulder,
yeah,
it just drops straight off.
okay,
And then like all the little abutments, like where they poured like into the roads and made the aprons.
Yeah.
They just did in there. It looks like crap. Or did, and I drove down some of the shoulder when I was driving down the highway. Shit, I was cutting in that far with my pickup.
well,
So if someone gets off on that, that's gonna be a little scary.
okay,
So I mean, I really wasn't pleased with what they did.
okay.
Can they get it cleaned up like if it,
I don't
I mean, I don't know if it's gonna thaw out this year, but maybe next spring, see if there's something they can do or what we
Yeah.
do.
And then on the, I guess I would call it the west end, it looks like they just got tired of hauling rock and they quit.
Okay,
It just kind of feathers out into just nothing.
okay.
That's what I seen driving it. I drove it Friday all day.
Yep.
I moved a bunch of equipment of my own and I was on it all day and I just.
Yep.
That's my thoughts of it.
Alright,
So what, if you could check into it and see or what.
we can, I guess with the snow and whatnot, I'll have to work with them to get things sorted out in the spring, so. Then, with the 12 inches of snow we got on Saturday, we had our, guys out from 5 to 5, had our trucks out, on our paved roads, focusing on those, you know, had our maintainer operators getting, at least one pass through, and now we'll be working on widening them out today, so. I know there's probably a few here and there that, they've tried to open on Saturday and then blew shut, and then they focused on other roads, and so we'll have to come back and get those, so.
Fifth Street never got plowed.
Yeah.
Looks like it's what Sculla does.
Well, we didn't have any trucks on there.
Cause I was trying to come here this morning and I ran into snowdrifts.
Okay. Alright,
Just a bit late.
The office hit the brakes and backed up and went a different way.
There you
Well, we can't.
I already went in the ditch over the weekend twice.
go. So, no,
So, and, I got a call, and you know about it, therefore you guys all know, because it was in the email back. When the gentleman called, I reminded him there are 900 roads.
Yeah.
Or 900 miles of roads that we can't cover all of them. But at least I think we should make a concerted effort to take care of the ones that would actually block, if we get replaced. Is there a specific number they should call besides us?
just our road, I mean, we'd leave a message on our answering machine if it, on the weekends.
Right.
So it'd be 484-3341. So, and then, I mean, we are down. We usually get part-time help with snow, so we got those 2 guys, but we're still down 3 guys. So we're trying to race around, get things going that way, so.
Yeah, one of my neighbors complained that they didn't go down our road. I said, wait a minute, I looked at the camera, they went down at midnight, they went down at 6, they went down at 9. I'm thinking they're going that, it's equally night, so.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, so stop that complaint.
Yeah. So, and then, I guess, had the letting here mid-November for the bridge on Toledo. I have that resolution to sign, the contract via Dock Express. The late start date for that is April 30th.
You have 20 here, so 30. What, so you have the 21 hours, it's the 30th?
No, April 20th.
Okay.
Yeah, but, I mean, it says, did I say 30th?
You did.
Yep,
Okay, that's.
20th.
Okay,
Just,
okay.
just, I just wanna make sure we're got the right number. So, yeah.
Yeah, good, so.
so made the motion in a second for the resolution.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second. Oh. Pause. Discussion if there's any. Will you explain the late start date, April 1st?
So the late start date is the latest that they can start. So if they, if they start at April 1st, we'll start charging days, and they have 115, I think, days for their contract. But, if they, once it hits April 20th, we're start charge days, no matter if they're there or, if they move in or not, we're gonna start charging days. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, they should be starting at the day or a little bit before that end, so.
And when you say charge, do we get my extra money back if they don't, if they're not working? Is that what you mean by charge?
I'm saying they have 115 days, and so I'm charging them a day, like, if they're working, I'm charging, like, for this week.
In the 115.
Yes, takes away from the 115,
Okay.
and if they go over that 115, then that's where there's liquidated damages. They get penalized after the 115 days.
And I know that's not 2006, but I just want to look at, that'll be a little bit.
Unaware.
So we're talking sometime in July, they have to be done, right?
Drops. Yeah,
Sometime.
I mean, they
It's something
doesn't
like,
count the week.
Yeah.
Usually the weekends, you aren't counting the weekends, so it.
right, oh, okay,
Working days.
Yeah.
working days, okay, so now we're talking on this.
It should be done before fall.
Yeah, is this gonna impact the spring planting?
Probably, yes.
Is it gonna put people on Karen's road? Okay. I know she's not listed.
There'll be probably others, I mean, the Highway 63 and,
And 63 is gonna be closed.
yes, correct.
We're gonna be on Karen's Road anyway, because
Okay.
63 is gonna be out and so K is what most people are gonna take.
Is it a roundabout, potentially South Creek, or Salt Creek, Wind to,
Yes.
and it's gonna be a,
Stay out of town.
yeah.
Yeah.
That means we don't have to come to work then?
What's that?
Did I hear that motion?
Can I say? Okay, so,
This resolution is for me to sign the contract. You're approving of the signature, so then you guys don't have to go into a website that you're not familiar with and have to sign a contract. So,
so is this a resolution or is this a contract first, then the resolution? Is that what you're saying?
it's all together.
So did you approve the resolution? You
We
did?
motion in second, we just got, after discussion, we'll have.
I'm done now with my discussion.
Reading yakking?
Ready? Turner,
Hey,
Nibble,
Aye.
Dolan, Pepper.
Aye.
So this, that discussion of possible action to, for 1968-6 for the culvert replacement on E44, looks like a double.
Yeah, the ones. Listen, quad, wooden box, that's that.
I haven't, right?
E44.
What did I say? Oh, sorry, well, that's the next one.
First one would be. Yep,
this one here.
yep, the place is just south of 370th Street. Is the one on. It's 118. No, actually 118 is E for,
Right.
Is E44,
yeah,
that's the one that we called up, I mean, that we're talking about.
yeah.
I'll make a motion to accept these plans through the BRS C 086 parentheses 118 60 86.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded, any other discussion on that one? All those in favor say aye. Opposed, that motion carries. Now I have it in.
This one's on I Avenue, That's south of 270th with the truss, replacing that truss.
That's happening in the spring?
Once you get. Once the final plans have been approved and I'll get a letting date from the. But spring or summer. Possibly fall, depending on what the DOT. Provides for the late start date.
On the market watch?
Yep. It's much fun.
No, it's just over for one day. It says the road be closed through traffic, but open to local traffic. So,
Just west of 63 then,
yeah,
just road over.
are you okay with it?
What's the closest street to that one, Ben?
J Avenue to the west or east.
Double I.
Which is 63.
250th or?
It's, I mean,
Right here. I've been I was looking for a big time.
It's way up there.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you put these together?
this is one that I had, Endeavor, they help.
I didn't know if you had to put all this together, or if you have someone that helps you do it.
In my naive years, I thought that I could do both, but I have to have some help, so. Typically, that's what, as assistant in Fayette, that's what I did, was great plans.
So I've got no problem with this, if either of them. So then I'll make a motion to approve the final plans for VROS C 086 in parentheses 120 8J 86 for the bridge replacement on I-Ave.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Just need all your, I guess, signature on, or I won't need first necessarily, it's been approved by you for, but obviously on those responsibilities. Whatever. Okay, we're good.
That's, oh, I'm sorry.
I'll cover that when we get to that.
Thanks. Never mind.
Supervisors report.
Okay,
So there's Ben wants to stick around.
Yep, I'll stick around.
Thanks, Ben.
all right. Eastern Iowa Workforce Development Area Chief Elected Officials Shared Liability Agreement. This one's Heather's.
Yep, so I know we already, as a board, approved this. There was 22 counties. Brent was okay with it. Then it went to signing, so I'd already signed it, as well as a bunch of counties. There was one county out of the 22 that requested changes. And so in order to approve it, we all have to agree. So we had a meeting last week, brought everybody back together for the 22 counties, and these changes were approved. I sent them out to you guys. They're pretty simple changes, and I did resend to Brent as well, kind of the changes there, and he replied back he was okay with them. But it's just section B, item number 3. Removal. This section is duplicative of language included elsewhere in the agreement and will be removed to streamline and clarify the document. Section O, amendment clause revision. Before it was kind of just stating 2/3 of the vote. It wasn't explaining it's 2/3 of the CEOs representing the Eastern Iowa Workforce Development Area. And so they wanted to make sure it was clear that it's, 2/3 have to decide for no amendment shall take effect unless it's approved by at least 2/3 of the CEOs representing EIWDA and is subsequently approved by each and every county through an official resolution by the Board of Supervisors. So they just want to make sure that that was clear. And then they also put a new withdrawal clause that's in section M. So on that one, I guess it's after section M, but you can read through some of those, but just kind of lays out how a county can withdraw 180 days before, and that it needs to fulfill all financial obligations. But yeah, just kind of a list of, you can read through some of those that I sent everybody, but any questions, concerns, once we would approve, all counties will have to approve it, and then we would re-sign again.
So the only thing I see here concerns me is clarification.
Mhm.
Trigger a request to the governor for redesignation of the county or reconfiguration of the local workforce area.
Yeah, that's just how it works with workforce development
So
boards.
it has to go to the governor.
Yep,
That's true.
yep. Some of those are just standard processes of how it works if someone leaves a workforce development.
We need a motion to accept this.
Yeah.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Who's got claims?
Sorry, I'm used to Hilda doing it.
Who's got claims?
One second.
Let's
Jump down to
Yeah.
new business.
jump down to this.
Yep, then we'll do the claims with last.
So last week we met with Ben, you guys got some papers there in front of you. This map with all these beautiful colors, that'd be all the snow routes. As you can see, like he was talking, 327 kind of smack dab in the middle of the northern part of the county is vacant. But as talking with Ben, I think we got enough to kind of scratch together and cover that for the time being. And then,
Where's that one at that's vacant?
it'd be about dead center of the map, straight north. It's
There's
great. Up,
326.
up,
Up here?
right there.
It's kind of great.
Okay, that one's vacant.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's gonna cover that one for now?
The, Brett and me, I will kind of go over and then
Okay,
the one east of there is the red route would be kind of, let you know.
What's that? These are big, but I see.
and why is it vacant right now?
Because we're doing,
A bridge.
The bridge crew person usually would do it.
So we'll just
Okay.
take those guys and spend a little bit more.
Okay.
For the time being. And then if you look at this one right here, this would be what Ben, what we done last spring, correct?
correct.
In our, there you go, contract hauling. So there's kind of some figures on there for basically how we come up with the windmill contract hauling on that stockpile of rock that they're gonna leave for us. That's kind of what we've done in the past and where he got his numbers, I guess, if that makes sense. And then it's just basically, your liability insurance for your hired out contractor at the bottom there. So that's where you got his numbers and stuff for that.
And we update that yearly based on what the going rate is, or,
Yeah,
so I'm assuming it changes, but
Like personally, in my side of what I do for trucking, it's updated every year.
yeah, just like with us, I mean, rates always change no matter. Yeah,
So that's kind of, it does show where those figures came from, because, as talking last week, or whenever we talked about that, is, where'd these come from? So that's kind of what he put together, or had put together already, so, which seems fair, what we're doing there. Like we said, it's only a 10-mile
yeah,
circle where you
just
basically,
throw around the kind of, so I anticipate kind of.
And which quarry is this?
they're a stockpile up there.
Okay,
So, but like this is for our, like if we contract all in the spring,
right,
that's the rates,
okay.
or where the rate came from. So we'll go to this one next with this yellow line all the way through the middle. That's gonna be the split for the. Right, Ben?
Yeah.
That's the split for the two road formers. Now, we'll have east and west. Or 1 and 2.
so the highlighter that kind of zigs
Yep.
around,
Yep.
okay,
And basically, if
Those
you
are
overlay
great.
that on another, if you overlay that on the road grader map,
mhm.
that's how it follows. That's why it's kind of goofy.
So guys won't really have to move around
There'll be
a
a
whole
couple,
lot, or,
there'll be a couple of them that will have a road foreman on each side for a little bit of theirs.
Okay.
I know we've had some trouble with it in the past, but if everybody's getting along like we're supposed to and everything, I don't see that we're having trouble.
So what's the differentiation with just this yellow here? Is that just a different area? Or different part of that area? In other words,
Then-
here's our dividing line. What is this yellow? What is that?
That's, these, that's a route.
Okay, just around, that's what.
Routes.
So all the routes are a different color.
Okay.
Well, this is the blade route, isn't it?
Yes, those
Okay.
are all blade.
Yep.
That's the,
So that's kind of what that looks like. And that was going by the old map, kind of what we had before. I don't think that we changed any of it, did we, Ben?
no,
No.
Do we
Pretty
plan?
evenly divided.
Oh, yep, go ahead. I just didn't know if we're gonna, have we decided yet on the bridge crew, or if we're gonna
No, I'm
keep
working on
bridge
that
or
this
not, or, okay.
Kind
Cause we need to at least, I mean, I guess figure out, is there enough guys if we get a bunch of snow this year?
Mhm.
So you said we're down one for pushing, you said
Two.
3 earlier. Two,
well, I said 3 because usually you have a part-time. 2 is 2.
two people, okay, just to make sure,
Right now, 2 snow guys that is covering. You usually at least have 1 part-time snow guy, and then
Mhm.
we're down 2, have another part-time snow, so we're down 1.
yeah, I was saying if anybody's sick or is out on surgery, you know,
Well, yeah, I mean, right now, we do have a guy that's out on surgery, so that's
if,
kind of why we're down a little bit extra.
yeah.
As-
Do we need more part-time people then, or like,
So I thought too, people.
like some backups if we have the truck sitting there and we got some retired people or
I
something
mean,
that could jump in and,
everything's.
Okay.
It's just, other than the motor credit route right now.
Yeah.
For.
all the trucks are filled, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Just don't want one of those years when we have the huge V plows and
Yeah.
just push and push and push. That takes hours and hours, but hopefully we don't get that. We'll see.
Then this Lynn County one, this is, kind of how they evaluate their employees. This is, Ben grabbed this from them, and after looking at it and kind of studying it for a while, to me, it makes a lot of sense and it looks relatively good, I think. So I mean, we could alter this and change whatever we wanted to on it, obviously, but.
Might make this take time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kind of like a yearly review. I mean,
Yep.
that's what we did
Yeah.
at John Deere. You had all those different ratings and your manager would,
You know, cause if you got people that are doing everything that they need to be doing and going above and beyond, you know, it'd be nice to recognize them and,
Mm-hmm.
and then, you know, the people that, if we got some that need a little bit of work, it'd be nice to have it in writing of what they need to work on, so we have
put a plan in place and,
so we have a record of it, and we can always go back and look at it.
And typically people look at these as a negative thing. I look at this as a positive. Because if I'm working for Kurt and Kurt notices that, hey, David's got everything down, but he's deficient in this one area, David needs to work on this area. And if I don't tell him, then it's Kurt's fault, not mine.
Yep.
I mean, we kind of share it a little bit, if it's a known thing, but.
yeah,
if-
feedback can be
it's a way
stressful,
to-
but it's a good thing to
But I
understand.
don't know if we wanna wait a year. I like, please, I was leave.
Mhm.
Because it's like at the end of the year, well, David, you kind of sucked in this area, so you're not getting a raise, you know, or whatever,
Right,
but.
To
it'd be
ensure they're
quarterly
working.
Or immediate in some cases, but,
yeah,
and it's a pain when you're a supervisor to have to do these.
It-
But. I
it's
think
not
that's
just
their
secondary
job.
roads, any department, you know, I would recommend, it's always good to do that, to be able to have those conversations with your employees and
Yeah.
it doesn't have to just be about that, it can be how's things
Well, the
going,
good stuff,
like,
like-
you know? Yeah, how's your family, like?
Yeah.
Instead of
We
just,
have to, this outline that Ben grabbed out there for us to look at, sure decide what we wanna do going forward on that.
Mhm.
I think next thing would be that mower cost, Ben just put that together as a, basically, you know, that's what it costs us to have the mowers running, so. To me. You know, originally I had said that, you know, maybe we should go with. Where like Benton County, the blade guys run the mowers a couple times a week, I don't see that that's gonna benefit us any. I think the best way to keep doing this is the way we're doing it. Just the fact that I don't wanna take the time away from the blades when they need to be out there. Cause you know the weather's gonna rain or something, and then July you could be out there blading, and then you gotta mow you know, like Benton County does 2 weeks, they got 2 weeks to mow all their highways. Their roads, so,
How long does it take us?
These guys work off through summer.
Also,
They have a break.
Oh, they do?
They do.
Okay.
So we have kind of like in the spring and then, August, yeah, August, and they come back kind of in August to
Oh, okay.
finish out.
You know, they usually like, they don't work like July or,
Yeah, they don't. So. So it's, I guess, the kind of labor. kind of cost.
but you know, looking at that breakdown that Ben has there, the salaries, I mean, you're talking pretty minimal there. Most of our cost is basically the fuel.
So you're almost, turn on the, SOS.
Oops.
Yeah.
so are you making a recommendation, we'll just keep this, or just
This is just all information that we put together in our meeting last week, and
Okay.
Ben had pretty much all of it put together. I sat down and went through all this stuff, so.
Okay.
That, and you know, in a nutshell, that's kind of where we're at with, I call it the chop list that we gave meeting and stuff like that, so.
Any glaring problems or issues that we need to deal with?
I don't think so.
What's your thought about the trainings, like sending, how, was it one county that sends one guy for like 6 weeks to get
Yeah.
trained on? Is that something that's still being,
It's
is that what it was?
6 weeks.
One guy at a time though, is, I guess, yeah, what's all the details? Is it all day or is it just an hour or two? I can't remember.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. Yeah, interests me for, start with new people, but then also everybody
was-
really.
My thought was, if we're gonna send the newer guys through that, you know, let's send the new hires first and then we go back and we'll send
Mhm.
all of them
And you could
eventually.
use this, you know, who's not performing as well too, to understand besides new of who should go back to, cause it might be really good schooling that they could actually
I
pick
would
up
say,
something.
well, for two reasons. Number one, to make sure that they understand it, but also so that when the new guy goes through, we don't have somebody coming back. I think the way we do it around here. And I've seen that military, they would send a new guy to a school, he or she'd come back and say, hey, there's this great new plan, and everybody would say, no, we ain't gonna do that. So you send one of the
Yeah.
leadership first, so that, no, we are going to do that
Mhm.
type thing, so that's just two.
Yeah.
And even the foremans, and they can train the right way too,
Right,
you
yeah.
know, so
And inspect it right. So,
we'd work through it, Bren.
More to come there,
You said 6 weeks.
not pretty sure.
I
But I don't think
we have-
it's every day, all day long.
Okay.
It's just on
Okay.
one, I'm not sure. like I said, I'm gonna
Okay.
get a hold of it and run over there this week, so I got some time.
Like there's a program at Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
is that good or bad?
I guess I never heard about it, so I just know that typically we had, you know, there's a day or two, the DOT has some classes that we, you know, send our guys to. I guess also wasn't aware of any, once through the community college, so.
Yeah, that's kind of that in a nutshell. Where we're at.
And this is
Just our stack of
first,
everything.
okay,
All right.
that's good. Let's do like this.
So the stack up would change then if, based on how you just split it differently, so you'll do like a 10-1 for that later.
Top one.
You see,
Oh, that's what that means?
Yeah.
Okay,
So most generally kind of split up, but they're, but in.
and the excavators and bridge would be,
Those would.
Depending on what happens with the bridge, we're gonna have a spare excavator.
So, did you guys talk? Fifth. Thing, street.
No,
Six to eight,
just bait life.
it's just,
I don't know, it's weird.
it's a drive-through.
You know, yeah. I'm coming after that.
Are you guys going to look to having something just like go into effect? At some point, or?
I was looking for you guys. What your thoughts are.
To call it to, I don't know if we, that, I thought was, once we know kind of the new structure, we could be kind of move forward with it that way, so.
Cause each foreman could kind of have the guys under them, right? And they would
Well,
kind of manage,
I
they would
think it-
manage this, or
you
would
know,
that be?
Go through something like this, you know, I think it would be a very good idea to have both foremans and or Pat in with it too, because he looks at the equipment, you know, hey, what, you know, what's 927 look like when you see it in the shop? Is it clean? You know, is it, you know, are they keeping up on the maintenance side of it? That's stuff that they do.
Yeah.
You know, that's a factor too.
Yep, Pat and Ben could provide input as well
Yeah.
to the foremans, and then they could meet
Or,
with.
or them four could have a meeting and then figure out, kind of relate back to us, hey, this is kind of what he said, this is what the other guys say, so, you know, I'm recommending we give them a strike here or whatever, you know, or it's poor evaluation on cab cleaning or whatever you wanna call it, maintenance side of it or something. I just think this is a good layout of what we need going forward.
Mhm. Yeah, I say once we get the foreman thing figured out and the maps finalized, then that would be a good time to implement something like that, if they agree.
And I wouldn't stop and make size do the whole county. It's,
Yeah.
in some format like this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
And again,
agree.
input from, like, for example, if Pat has input, that's, I wouldn't wait till the end of whatever, I would say quarterly for sure, but as each piece of equipment comes to his shop, that same level gets done on every piece of equipment, and it gets noted then, not wait till the end of the year, like, oh, when Dave came through at one time, his truck was all muddy while he was
Mhm.
pulling Ben up the ditch. Sorry, this. So that's why it was all muddy. Ben was all nice and clean off. But seriously, just, I think that every time the piece of equipment goes to the shop, it's evaluated, put it in the computer. It's not a surprise. Same thing with the reviews. Not at the end of the year, oh, hey, I'm sorry, but you just did a lousy job the whole year. And I didn't document it. I could fall for that too, so. No, I like it. I think it's good step.
I think these, supervisors will do, you know, each supervisor has their own employee, so Pat would have his mechanics, right?
Right.
Who's under him. Supervisors, and then we would evaluate. Yep, eventually that's it. Works another
Yeah.
situation. Yeah, that's good, and Paul could probably help with some of that.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
The fact that this is just in front of us
yeah.
is a good
Like
idea.
I said, I really like that piece of paper. It needs a little bit of tweaking, you know, even like say Karen has it in her department, this, you know, it's gonna be different. The layout's gonna be different for what they do
Yes.
versus secondary roads or the treasurer's office.
Yeah, they're
or
gonna be
whatever.
job specific and,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's,
You know, Dirk's might have 46 toilets on it. You know, you cleaned all of them but one. I'm just saying.
David cleaned the other one.
So, yeah, that's kind of our update with Ben in a nutshell.
Okay, good.
I haven't seen any.
Oh, listen, I guess you got held up here now.
So I
Now
could,
we're up.
I could talk about, very little information on the IT side, because I was in Canada, but I haven't talked with Karen to see how much I still have in 52. But we've expended some money out of ARPA funds for, the monitors in 911. And we bought 4 computers for the Windows 11 issue. And was there anything else I spent money on that you can recall?
A laptop.
Saying,
Oh, we bought a laptop for the owl, and then
did my election computer repair.
there, how much? $1,500, the election computer. And then
That was 300.
It's like 3 years.
300, yeah, it was supposed to be.
It was 1,500.
Yeah, 300. Caught that.
David rides a hard bus.
Yeah.
We took that same thing.
And then, actually, it was good. We've got an issue coming up with
IDP.
IDPs. So with Ben
That's it, 2
buying,
pages.
with Ben buying cell phones, it triggered an issue that, it's an issue, it's gonna be countywide, where we have to have a program that protects the cell phones, so they can't, so they're not them misusing them, but somebody trying to dig into our system. It would expand eventually to the whole system. Well, right now, the only one that is out there that isn't laughing at us is Tyler, and it's $7,000 a year. And that would cover basically all the stuff that goes into payroll.
It would cover the mobile app for time and attendance on the cell phones.
Right.
And we can't get the mobile app for Ben's phones until we have that IDP in place.
Right. So that's a $7,000, and we talked with James. James says that's about average. He thought that maybe we could get it cheaper, but it's something we have to have in order to go forward using the cell phones for keeping track of our hours. But eventually, it's gonna have to, it'll involve everybody when we go to, when everybody's under the same domain. Right now, we're in, and that's something I'm moving towards to get us all the same domain.
Say until we're there,
10.86.
basically nobody else will look at it because it's too broken to try and do the entire county. If we're under one, that's why this one would only be for the mobile app.
Probably looks like a spider web.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
And so, just so you guys know, and James is the one who keyed this, I want us to go down to 10.86 as our, IP address. That way, everything is under it. Well, we may have pushback from people, but right now, I don't want to say I don't care. We have to do something, because right now we got 5 domains. It just opens us up to an awful lot of scam work and et cetera. So, and plus, if somebody at the state level goes, hey, we're getting a bad hit off of your, whatever, pick your poison. Well, what's the IP address? If they say anything other than 10.86, that's not mine. Right now, we would have to go and check every single IP address throughout the county. So anyway, that's a long range plan where we're going, but there's stuff that needs to be done to protect the county and to make it actually more efficient. So some of that money is gonna come out of the ARPA funds to go on that path. Probably end up having to hire somebody to physically key in all that data. So,
Sounds like it's spent over the market funds.
oh yeah.
Be compliant with our
There's
ID
a
stuff.
lot of stuff we gotta fix still. So,
Been a lot of Band-Aids over a lot of years.
Yeah. And for what the timekeeping system costs, another 7,000, for how much has already been expended, we might as well get this thing working.
So I'm gonna, since it's under my 10,000, I'm gonna tell her to move forward with that, but we need to also, with all your cell phones, yeah, I think Chris needs to do well, you can decide who does it, but we need to have the phone number, the serial number, and who it's going to be assigned to, so we can then plug it into Tyler, so it starts tracking it. So when you've got that data, let's get it to, how soon are you gonna issue the phones?
Did you get one?
I have gotten phones, it's just, I think I was gonna wait till that app. And then I was gonna try to have a meeting, to hand out old phones and be like, all right, this is how we do it. So
But we need the
We're gonna do
IDP in
next.
place first, so,
I would say I'd say
Christmas?
2 weeks, yeah, maybe before Christmas.
Okay.
I say I can message today about the IDP to see how quick they can get that done.
Okay.
And they said once we have that in place, we can just download the app and be ready to go.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
When you do that,
Then-
you want to make sure we're all aware of it, so I'll try and go to that.
Okay, no, that's, yeah,
Just in case anybody has any questions or
Yeah.
anything, I can help you out.
yep.
Good. So go ahead and start with that. Thank you. And then,
From my side, mainly since room was just finish up that category, Heartland Insurance Risk Pool, as we kind of noted before the meeting here, that's this Thursday. The 4th, so it's the holiday luncheon and annual safety meeting, so that'll be kicking off, 10 AM for a couple of those and 11:30, so sure if you plan to attend, RSVP to Judy, or I can get it back to her. Yeah, right, it's between the Reining Center and the safety meeting, so I'm assuming the safety is at the engineer's office. And then our board meeting is at the Reining, and then I think the meals, is it all together then, I'm assuming?
Yes, at the running center.
All of it's at the Reining for the meal part, so it's at 10, so whether you wanna go to Ben's office for the safety meeting, or you can come listen to our board meeting, whatever you prefer, or come at 11:30 just for the meal. Yep,
don't we have the two,
yeah, whoever wants to go to the Boone Winter ISAC is tomorrow. So 6 or so, I can't remember the exact time, I guess, but I will not be going to Boone, but be at this one. So we'll need to just post that we'll be at this out on the door in case there's 3 of us.
we're not supposed to be putting phones some locations tomorrow. You're gonna confirm Jackie that we're not canceling. And then let's put out a email. Places that are getting it, once we identify it for sure. So I'll be here tomorrow. But the phone will be next to the warning. Yeah, I was gonna come by your place, but now I gotta go.
Good luck, I can follow my driver today. I played snow all weekend, I was taking it today, just went home, took a nap, and I mean.
Claims this week is $71,208.28, so it's 71,208. Should we approve that amount?
Second.
Been moved and seconded towards the claims. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Any more public comments?
Nothing?
For all that road report,
Okay.
for all that road report, you have any? Do you feel about? Well,
He's like, okay.
he's like, I'm glad I'm retired.
That's up to the road foreman.
There you go.
To discuss it with the engineer.
All right,
Engineer's the one that hired and fires, my knowledge.
Yes.
yep,
Could look into the shop area too.
with that,
I'm just saying.
okay. Close public comments. Did we get through everything?
I think so. I have nothing else.
All right,
I'll make the motion adjourned.
I'll second it.
set the those in favor say aye. Here.
I'm in the big edge map.